So, in one of my last previous videos, I was talking about how Microsoft's next generation, mid generation console is basically what it's called, but their next console that's supposed to be coming out that they already have been talking about, which was called Xbox One Project Scorpio, but now they have the title for it, is now officially called Xbox One X. So I was actually right for once. In my last video, when I was talking about the Xbox One X, I was talking about how Microsoft is saying that it's going to run at a native 4K and everything, right? And how I was saying that it's not going to run at 100% 4K. It's just going to be like basically like an upper scale of 1080p from standard 1080p is basically what I was getting at, but I didn't say it. So, with games like Project Cars 2, Assassin's Creed Origins, and they're even saying this with Red Dead Redemption 2 when it also comes out in the next several months, that it's going to run at 4K on the Xbox One X. And really, they're saying that it's going to run at a native 4K on the Xbox One X. We've already seen the graphics of Assassin's Creed Origins, and people have been saying that that's not really 4K, that's just the graphics of the next Assassin's Creed game of higher 1080p resolution, which honestly it is really makes a lot of sense, because if it was 4K, I mean, they would do that with every single game on the Xbox One X. It would be a complete 4K system, and Microsoft wouldn't be doing like just 4K on certain games like Assassin's Creed Origins, even freaking Red Dead Redemption 2 and Project Cars 2 and all that. It would literally be 4K on every single game. Hell, it would even be 4K on games that are already for the Xbox One currently, like this one, Call of Duty Ghost, Grand Theft Auto 5 absolutely is a one that I know a lot of people would really, really want in 4K, but it's not in everything else. So, all this stuff that Microsoft is saying of, oh, we're going to have this in 4K. Look how badass this game is going to look in 4K. Oh, yeah. Look at this. 4K on the Xbox One. Okay, if you're going to say that these games are going to be in 4K, where's Call of Duty Ghost? Where's Grand Theft Auto 5? Where's Call of Duty Black Ops 3? Hell, where's Modern Warfare Remastered that we also just got? Where's freaking WWE 2K17? Like, where's the exclusives like Gears of War Ultimate Edition, Halo 5, Gears of War 4, like, and even the backwards compatibility versions of Gears of War from 360 versions that are on the Xbox One through backward compatibility program, like Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and even Judgment. And then even Halo Reach as another exclusive, and even the Fable series, which Fable 2 and Fable 3 are also Xbox exclusives on the backwards compatibility program. Like, where are those games going to be in 4K if they're going to be, if Xbox One X is going to be a 4K system, then why is it only for like certain newer games that's coming out and not other new games, and not every single game that you could play on the Xbox One X? Like, why not make it to where it's going to be 4K for every single game? Now, also, another thing, like I was also saying with 4K, now I did this also on another video and just my last video that I uploaded. Now, since they are going to be upgraded to like not 4K like Microsoft officially is like saying, but like upgraded to a higher resolution than 1080p by a little bit. Like I was saying in my last video and also another previous video, it's not going to run the games are not going to run at 60 frames per second in 4K. So you basically what's going on is that Sony and Microsoft's mid-generation of consoles is basically screwing you guys over. Because, see, like I was saying, it's not 100% 4K on the Xbox One X, and that's what people are all even been saying for the PS4 Pro, and games are playing at 30 FPS, but they're really not 4K. I mean, yeah, and you're paying $400 to $500 of a system with less than 60 frames per second down to 30, and a system that they're trying to say that's going to be 4K compatible, but really is not 4K and it's not 100% 4K and all this other stuff. And you're paying $400 to $500 just for each of the systems. Yeah, like that's not really right. Sony and Microsoft is basically screwing you up. I mean, really, they are screwing you guys over. Now, when the Xbox 2 and the PS5 do come out, now, yeah, that's what's going to really make them even more money. But with the mid-generation refreshes of the PS4 and the Xbox One, Sony and Microsoft are really screwing everybody over. Because they're saying that it's going to be 4K, and then they're even saying that it's going to be 60 frames per second, but yet it's not 4K and it's only 30 frames per second. While the standard models of the Xbox One and the PS4 are 1080p, which is still really, really good of a resolution. Because, I mean, if you look in the past, like say when the PlayStation 1, the original Xbox, and the PlayStation 2 was first coming out, those games were only like at 240 to 480p, and they weren't even in HD at the time. And then look at the 360, PS3, and PS4 and Xbox One with HD compatible on HD TVs. And I mean, you compare the graphics from the PS2, the PS1, and the original Xbox on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, the PS3 and the 360 will actually look much better than the PS2 and the original Xbox and the PS1. Like, I'm not talking about using HD wise, I'm just saying with the AV cables of the PS3 and the 360, they still look much better than the PS2, the original Xbox, and the PS1, and hell, even the Nintendo Wii. But look at it this way, okay? Since the 360 and the PS3 is the very first system to support HD, and you buy an HD cord for that on your HD TV, even if your TV is a 720 HD TV or a 1080p, you plug that thing in compared to the AV cords, the graphics are even going to look even much better on the 360 and the PS3. And then, I mean, that's like another system basically upgrade, because the graphics without the HD ports and that's got the AV instead, it's going to still look kind of good, like I said, better than the PS2 and the original Xbox and the PlayStation 1. But if you plug in an HD cord onto the 360 and PS3 compared to the AV cords, you're looking at like a new upgrade of those systems. Because when I first put an HD in my 360 when I was used to the AV, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks so much better. And the games still look pretty freaking good on those systems with the HD cords still up to date. Okay, so now moving forward. So then now we got that. And then look, now we got a complete next generation system of each of the two, the PS4 and the Xbox One. Now compared to those with the 360 and the PS3, compared to on the PS4 and the Xbox One, the graphics are even more high dynamic, or not high dynamic, high definition, and the graphics are even much more thicker, like they look more realistic compared to the 360 and stuff. And you even got an HD cord that's 1080p, but it's really like a slightly bit of a higher resolution than just straight up 1080p. And I mean, look at the freaking difference, okay? You compare the graphics on, say, like, compared to Call of Duty Ghosts, one of the very first Call of Duty games, or not Call of Duty games, I mean, one of the first games ever made on the next generation console, basically compared to Call of Duty 1 on the PS2. I mean, you're going to look at a huge difference compared to those games. So look at Call of Duty 1 on the PlayStation 2, I think it was originally on, compared to like Call of Duty Ghost on the Xbox One or the PS4. You're going to tell humongous difference in graphics, and you're going to think, holy shit, the graphics on the Call of Duty Ghost on PS4 or Xbox One looks so much freaking realistic. This is like the realistic I've ever seen a game look compared to an old game. I'm like, literally, you're going to tell like a huge, big difference. So, yeah, 4K is really not all that much different compared to like 1080p and stuff. So, do not get your guys' hopes up on with Microsoft's like saying about with 4K and PlayStation saying that their Pro is going to be 4K compatible with whatever, because really all there is just an upgrade of 1080p. So like it's basically 1080p 2. It's not like 4K. 4K is like 4 times 1080p, but you're only getting 2 times of 1080p, not 4 times. So I would say don't even buy a PlayStation 4 Pro or an Xbox One X, because, like I said, they're saying that there's only certain games that's only going to be 4K on there, but yet none of the other games like Grand Theft Auto 5 and Call of Duty Ghost, of course, and then 360 backwards compatible games for the Xbox One are not going to be 4K. Like if they're saying that it's going to be a 4K system, you got to make it to where it's 4K for every single game. Like it's got to be a 4K system that has every game in 4K, not just certain ones. And because also, like I said, the frames per second is only going to be 30 on the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, and then maybe just a couple games for those systems may run at 60 FPS, but most of them will not. Most of them have already been saying here lately that they're only going to run on is 30 FPS. While, like I was saying, the standard models of the PS4 and the Xbox One are going to run 1080p that is still really good. Like I said, if you compare it to the 360, like compare from like the PS2 and then this and then the 360 with HD and then going to the Xbox One and PS4 with HD, like you're going to tell like a huge difference. Like I was saying, that's why I'm saying the graphics and the resolution on the PS4 and the standard Xbox One still are pretty damn good of today. So I don't suggest wasting your money. I just say stick with the original PS4 and Xbox One until their next generation consoles do come out, because it's going to save you a lot of time. Because personally, like I was saying, I'd rather say 1080p 60 frames per second instead of 4K 30 FPS, even though the systems of the mid generations are not really fully 4K compatible. This is Infernal Shard 1 for the win here. Get ready to end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and don't forget to hit a like. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel so you guys can check out on all of my other videos. And also, don't forget to send me in the comments section of your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next one.